Knights playing as well as they are, you will not want to miss seeing their next home game in person. Baltimore comes to town for the first time to Metro Stadium. It's the next New York Knight home game. Call 1-800-GO-KNIGHTS. Get your tickets now. Or you can listen live here. Oh, look at Parkeet Scholl! This is ridiculous! That is another touchdown! Parkeet Scholl! I'm speechless. I can't believe this guy. I mean, look at the burst of speed at the second level.
4 down linemen for Louisville in what appears to be a 4-2-5 set. Coleman back to pass. Coleman pump fake, and then a sack. Rick O'Reilly with the big play to force the Houston punter on the field for the first time tonight. And for O'Reilly, that's sack number 7 on the season. O'Reilly, a monster on the inside. Big play there for the Louisville defense.
First and 10 of the 26, Marconi dropping the throw. And Marconi against the late blitz will go deep down the field, and that one is caught! Pass Grayson Abarazzo. Shigeki can't catch him. It's a Mauler touchdown. The 3rd touchdown for Abarazzo in the game. And it just looked like the Legend defense kind of got tangled up. And Grayson went for the pick, and he over pursued.
That was just an outstanding throw by Rocco. I mean, he's 6'5", I believe. Yeah, he's 6'5", 225, long, rangy, strong, quick arm.
Rastelli back to pass. Rastelli going to the end zone. Pass is caught for a touchdown. Kendall Gilbert, and Baltimore's on the board. Give me some of that crab call. Baltimore cuts into their early deficit. Rastelli's got 6 touchdowns and no picks in the last 6 quarters of action. 2nd and 2 at the 40. Christensen will pass again. They are staying away from Kim. That ball, oh, it's batted up in the air, and Nick Nitro picked it off. That is tremendous defensive effort. Who dove in front of that pass? That was a Qantas Shine, who dove in front of the pass and knocked the ball up in the air. That was one of the best defensive plays I've seen in a long time out of a Qantas Shine. A.J. Levy, 6 seasons, all with Sioux Falls, the strong safety number 42. Chris Dodd, free safety in his 3rd season, wears number 49. Alex Parker and Nick Fargo, the linebackers, 91 and 92 respectively, as Rahman steps up in the pocket. Rahman gonna air it out deep, and Thomas Rahman's pass intercepted off the deflection by A.J. Levy. What a play by the veteran.
Well, you mentioned it, Cam. Levy and Dodd, probably the best safety combo here in the SFL. And Levy, a longtime veteran leader of this defense, comes away with his 6th interception.
So 4 receivers set here on 3rd down and goal. I guess this won't be a run. Christensen in the gun, looking towards the end zone, firing into the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. The Pride extend their lead.
What a throw by Christensen again. Has all day to throw and a post route. And that one, I mean, it's not bad coverage by Chappelle. It's just a perfect throw and a great route by Ken.
3rd down and 2 from the 12. Go Knights rings throughout Metro Stadium. St. Clair to pass. St. Clair to the end zone. Intercepted. Oh no. Joe Lynn picked it off. You gotta be kidding me. And 1 1st down will give the Crabs yet another 1-possession victory over New York. 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line. Hand off to Overstreet, right side. Overstreet makes 1-man miss, and then another. And here goes Overstreet off to the races. Down the sideline, 20. He will be not tackled, and he scores again. 17th touchdown for David Overstreet, and Louisville has scored 19 straight points. And Overstreet is checking on the pulse of Oklahoma City.
Week 11 SFL action continues this evening from Silver State Stadium as the Las Vegas Fury host the DC Dragons. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and joining me in the booth is the sad, depressed, and sulking Gerald Smith. With us on stats, Justin Reside and Greg Soto. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Gerald, I already know how you're doing this evening, but go ahead.
I get sad.
Everybody gets sad sometimes, Gerald. So listen, the Las Vegas Fury are in their 10th season in the league, but never have they ended a season with 8 wins or more. They have a chance to finally reach that milestone here tonight. They're sitting in second place in the West Division behind 8-1 Arizona, and the Fury are looking to keep pace with one of the league's top teams that still have yet to play here in Week 11. They will play tomorrow night. For DC, they're tied for second in the Atlantic at 4-5 with the Carolina Skyhawks, who lost yesterday. A win tonight would move them ahead of the Skyhawks and keep them in the playoff fight. What are the keys to victory for these teams tonight?
For Vegas, they will have to play better defensively. Their defense is ranked 27th in pass yards allowed per game with a total defense ranked 26th. But their offense has been top-notch during their current 6-game win streak and has been able to overcome the defensive shortcomings. DC will have to score more points than their average. They rank 23rd in points scored with 22 points a game. If they hope to keep up with the Vegas offense, they will have to score more points. The DC defense has been their best asset through the last 2 games, having only allowed 13 points in each of the last 2 games. They have the strength to slow down the Vegas offense if they can. Whichever team can execute the best should be able to come away with their winning streak intact.
Well, as Matt Wilson would say, there's only one way to find out, and that's on the field. Get down to the field, get this one started. Las Vegas kicking off. Matt Rage kicking it back to the 1-yard line, getting returned out by Ronnie Shanahan up to the 22, and that is where the DC Dragons will start things off for us tonight on offense. Shabazz Synergy, number 7. He is the quarterback. 2,341 yards on the season. Second best completion percentage. He's very efficient with the football. 76.8% completion percentage on the season. 13 touchdowns, 15 picks. His QBR 92.4. He'll throw on first down, gets it out to the running back, Heaven Say, who will gain 3. The starting offense for the DC Dragons, quarterback Sebastian Synergy, halfback is Kevin Say, along with the other halfback Chuck Steller, the fullback Jay Ballmer, the rookie second-round pick. The wide receivers are Ronnie Shanahan, Mike Churchill, Josh Gill. The tight end, number 47, Lauren Percoco. 3 wide receivers set, tight end and a running back on the field for second down and 7. Synergy swings this one out to Kevin Say. Say spins and gets tackled for a gain of 3, third down and 4.
Yeah, it wasn't too much of a bad first couple of plays. They got themselves in a 3rd and short, and we'll see what they do. And look, and Say can, I mean, he's doing great on the season thus far. He's got nearly 850 yards. I think this is easy for him if they give it to him.
Third down, Synergy will throw into traffic, and that one is caught. Tackled up at the 48-yard line. Pass was hauled in by Josh Gill. Moves the change. Fresh set of downs by midfield. Will roll through the starting defense for the Las Vegas Fury. Sam Jager is the defensive end, along with Anthony Stover. Michael Rury and A.K. Jones are the defensive tackles. At linebacker, Maurice Lloyd, John Osiris, and Day Drury will get to the secondary after this play. First down and 10 from the 48. Say takes the handoff, runs right into a wall, and gains only 1. The corners are Chris Magel and Merrick Itera. Free safeties, Justin Reside and Sean Allen. At strong safety, Luke Swift and Max Jackson. Second down and 9 from the 48. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. 4 on the line for Las Vegas. Synergy to throw. Pressure. Hits him as he releases. Makes that ball sail a little bit. He's trying to hit Josh Gill, 3rd and 9.
And that's going to be one of the things that Vegas is going to have to do right here. You know, seeing how accurate, you know, Synergy has been on the season thus far. Just it'll put a little bit of pressure on him and get him off his game and cause, you know, errant throws just like that one.
10 sacks on the season for this Las Vegas defense. Anthony Stover, number 98, leads the team with 4. A.K. Jones has 3. 5 wide on 3rd and 9. Synergy in the gun, fires down the left-hand sideline, has Gill. And another big completion on a 3rd and long, Gerald.
Yeah, and he was able to just get past the defender there right there on the corner route. And DC is going to have to be kind of a little bit cautious when throwing the ball. I mean, collectively as a unit, Vegas is number 3 in interceptions, gotten by their secondary.
Pass to Kevin Say is caught behind the line of scrimmage, works his way forward for a gain of 4, sets up a 2nd down and 6. A good first drive so far, already down to the 22-yard line.
They already converted a 3rd and long right there. They got 6 yards to go. It's now 2nd down, and they're approaching the red zone right here.
Las Vegas at 7-1, wearing all black uniforms. DC at 4-5. They're in all whites tonight here on the road. Kevin Say with a burst up the middle. Gets a nice gain of 10. Inside the red zone now, 1st down and 10 from the 12-yard line.
Yeah, and if you watch this replay here, you're going to see, especially if you get a good angle, they had a couple of people, the fullback and one of the linemen right there running down, looking for somebody to block. C-73 is way down the line, being able to get to the 2nd and 3rd level, right? You have a hole opened up hugely if you got offensive linemen down almost 10 yards down the field trying to block people. So, and here it is. I got him at the 12.
Fullback Jay Ballmer with a nice block there as well. Synergy fires back towards the end zone, and it's picked off. Plucked right out of the sky by Chris Magel. And that great opening possession we were just speaking of, Gerald, comes to a grinding halt.
Yeah, and that's Magel's 2nd interception on the season thus far. And just like I kind of alluded to just a few plays earlier, they got to be careful when throwing the ball with Vegas being 3rd in the league total with that many interceptions gotten by their secondary right now. But it came from, a rather unlikely source, only having 1 on the season through their 8 games of Chris Magel.
20th career interception for Magel. Sets up his offense at the 20-yard line. Quick pass by Eric Price falls incomplete. The starting offense for the Las Vegas Fury, the quarterback, is Eric Price. The halfback, Hubba Kimbrell and Scott Johnson. The wide receivers, Mason Kirby, Doug Britton, and Prince Wonder. The tight ends, John Blades and Jackson Roberts. 2nd down and 10 now after that incompletion on 1st down. Price back to throw. Pressure on its way, and down he goes. Sacked back at the 14-yard line. A loss of 6 on the play.
Yeah, and when they had their guy, the 4-down lineman there, and then they shot the linebackers on somewhat of a delayed blitz right there, and it just was too much for the offensive line to handle. Quarterback was able to shake one, but just, the sheer pressure coming right up the middle, he wasn't able to get away from anybody else after.
Jose Fuentes with the sack, 3.5 now on the season, 2nd best on the team behind Jason Bourne. 3rd and 16, Price, down he goes again, ripped to the turf. An absolutely punishing blitz by Declan O'Rourke.
Declan O'Rourke came right up the middle. It was just unblocked. You think the running back right there would have put a chip on him as he saw him coming straight for his teammate, but he didn't. I guess he was more concerned with running his route and says, hey, I'm open. But it just wasn't meant to be. He was just, good Lord, he just threw him to the ground like a rag doll.
Dustin Mickrack standing back at the paint. The back of that goal line, puts everything he can into it and still only gets it out to his own 45-yard line. Returned up to the 42-yard line by Ronnie Shanahan. And I guess all's well that ends well. Sabaz Synergy throwing that pick in the end zone does not cost his team more than basically just having to fall back about 30 yards. They get the ball back. Now at the Las Vegas 42. We'll get another shot at it here on offense.
Yeah, and he got good field position as well right here after getting that sack right there. Punt didn't go very far.
Synergy under center on 1st down. Quick out route down to the bottom. Josh Gill working both the left and the right side of the fields. This time he's on the right, gets the 1st down up to the 31, a gain of 11.
Yeah, the defender there, he tried to kind of go for the ball, but he just couldn't get his hand on it, and it gave Josh Gill. Once he caught it, he just had to turn upfield, keep his footing, turn upfield, and and was able to pick up the first down. And look, after that play right there, they got themselves in field goal range.
Josh Gill, number 2 on the team in receiving yards with 413. So far, the only receiver with yards today. My goodness, Kevin Say, 2 spin moves, and then just turned on the afterburners to fire his way down to the 5. First down and goal.
And the first spin move was kind of impressive. He broke it. And the second one, he did the same thing, just spun right out. And look at that. And then he turned on the Jets. I didn't think he had it. It took a guy to kind of grab him from behind and drag him down. I didn't think he was going to hold him. He just was running so fast right on the sideline. But, I mean, here we are. And now they're inside. They're at the 5.
It's even better field position than we last saw them at when they were down here inside the red zone. First down and goal from the 5. Synergy, 7-step drop, steps up, fires towards the end zone, and that one nearly went the other way for 6. Merrick Itera, sunglasses and all, jumps right in front of that ball, and it falls down harmlessly to the turf. Second and goal.
I think he traded his sunglasses for a tan face shield.
No, he's wearing sunglasses under the smoked out face shield.
Dang.
He's got oversensitive eyes or something.
I wish I was that cool.
2 backs in the backfield now. Second and goal. Synergy up top. Oh, and that one is almost picked off again. Good Lord. Can anyone catch a ball tonight? Sean Allen.
It's just 2 plays right here inside the 5 that I'm kind of questioning play calling on first and second down. You have, a guy averaging over 5 yards a carry on the season and you're throwing passes like this. I don't know, they're trying to psych him out or something. And then you have on the defensive side, I mean, they usually don't miss stuff like that. You bat one down and Sean Allen just couldn't grab it.
2 plays in a row. Merrick Itera had his hands on the ball. Synergy hands this one off to Kevin Say. If you can't throw it, run it. Touchdown, DC.
First and second try throwing, they're like, it's third down, we're running, we feel confident. The guy gets 5+ yards a carry. We got this. I'm sure Kevin Say told that to coach on the sideline, yeah, man, we'll give it to you. If not, we'll kick it, and he runs it in for 6.
10 rushing touchdowns now on the season for Kevin Say. Like you said, he's averaging 5.7 per carry on the season. That's 5th best in the league. And now double-digit rushing touchdowns. Gets his team on the board first. A possible upset brewing here tonight, Gerald.
That's what the word was kind of pregame, right? There's upset. It is a very interesting matchup, right? You got one of the, better defenses in the league going against one of the better offenses in the league, and then vice versa. You got, one of the, offense that isn't known for putting up a whole lot of points, that it's going up against a defense who kind of gives up a lot of yards.
Las Vegas favored by 10.5 by Jack's Data. If you are new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, you can visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, it's football for everyone. And a nice return by Doug Britton gets them up to the 22-yard line. So a very short opening drive that went for minus 14, I believe. So minus 13 per our stats team. So you only can improve from here.
Oh, everything you do is going to be a plus from here. You gain 1 yard. Oh, you're inching away.
You're doing
your
better.
Negative yardage.
You're doing better than your water.
Holy smokes.
Or, well, okay, I spoke too soon. The negative yardage continues. Tackle for a loss. Minus 3 on the play.
Riley Q's the recognition.
Yeah.
Like, he just ran right in there. Like, it's like he knew what they called. He just ran by right everybody. The fullback didn't even mind him or nothing.
Yeah, Nick Connors, the fullback, just let Riley Hughes just have a free shot right in the backfield. And, well, second down and 13. Haven't only seen one pass attempt by Price so far. Kept getting sacked. Play action. Oh, hit as he throws that one. Somehow actually gets it across the middle of the field. Mason Kirby gets the catch, gets the first down, and gives them some breathing room. Let's roll through the starting defense for the DC Dragons. The defensive line is Jose Fuentes, John Gary, Kano Fortson and Jason Bourne. The linebackers Declan O'Rourke, Riley Cuse, and Saeed Gore. The secondary Fugu Gaipan, Peanut Say, Daryl Bullock, John DeSantis, Josh Vasquez, and John Patrick Levine.
Oh,
And a nice run up the right sideline. Scott Johnson gets some back-to-back first downs.
yeah, and the defenders thought he had a beat right on him, and Scott Johnson gave him the spin right up there, and he just ran right by him. I thought he was going to break this one loose right here, but he's able to. Defender was able to get him and bring him down. That had big play written all over it. Had that DB not been right where he needed to be.
Negative yardage erased. Finally in some positive yardage territory on offense. You knew that was only a matter of time, but they have achieved it. 3 wide receiver set on first down from their own 47. Short drop by Price. Swings that one out to the top, and that play went absolutely nowhere. Yeah, threw that one out to the fullback, Nick Connors. He looked a little slow, old Mr. Connors.
Yeah, when they don't pay you very well, you can only get what you can get, and that's what they got right there. A no-yard gainer.
He's like, this is all the effort I am giving you tonight.
Line my pockets. Hey, see, he's slow, and it ain't because he's got his pockets full of money.
Price down to the bottom. Doug Britton with a 7-yard catch. 3rd down and 3 for the Fury.
Yeah, and we haven't seen a whole lot of Scott Johnson, right? What do you? He only has 2 carries so far. For I say a handful of yards, but he's right around 10. But here's a situation that you can use him, right? Even Scott Johnson on a season, right? He's averaging 5 yards a carry on the season right here, and we're going to see what Vegas is going to come on and do.
Yeah, both of these running backs with good averages. Surprisingly, Johnson just not heavily utilized, one of the least number of carries on the season of any back in the league. Gets the handoff there and is not able to get the first down. Only gains 1. Declan O'Rourke with the tackle. 4th down and 2. So back-to-back drives end with Mick Rack punting it away.
Yeah, and he looked like right off the start that play might have been went somewhere, but Declan O'Rourke, he kind of read it and was able to get there. I don't think you snap it here.
Yeah, offense still out on the field. Checking to see how attentive the defensive line is for the Dragons, and they do not flinch. Timeout called here early on in this game.
Well, that was an interesting call, right? You still had 10 seconds left on the play clock there, and you call a timeout. Like, why not just use the other 8 seconds and in hopes that somebody's going to have some sort of lapse in their brain and just, fall over the line, and then you'd snap it or something. But, at least give yourself all the – if you're going to do that, utilize all the play clock. Don't just leave, time leaving out there. You never know what could happen in those 8 seconds.
Mick Rack on to punt now, standing back at his own 40. Kicks this one away. Drops it down at the 5. Rolls into the end zone for the touchback. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dags DroneWorks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com or on Facebook or on Instagram, or send me a DM.
I'll just call you right up. Hey, bro.
I need some of that drone stuff.
That.
You got it, man. Anything to get you to stop sulking. Synergy.
Oh, he's got somebody.
Rocketing down the right sideline. Mike Churchill all the way down to the 30. A huge gain on that play.
Well, you had Josh Gill just running somewhat of a go route, fade route, and I seen the way Synergy just was so relaxed back there and threw it up with such ease that he had somebody, and Churchill, he actually hits him in stride. He slows up a little bit to get his foot in to make sure he reeled that in, but he's got his team back in business after one play. In field goal range at the 30. Jeez.
Chris Maggle with a touchdown saving tackle. But, yeah, all the way down field goal range on one deep play. Kevin Say gets the handoff, just working his way through the defense inside the 10 and tackled at the 7-yard line First down and goal for the Dragons.
The way Say navigated, like all his blocks and everything was like a thing of beauty. He looked so relaxed. Get my just toward that way. Go right there. My guy pushed him out of the way. Break that tackle. And here is Sean Allen just finally pulling him down. Like, dang man, he got this far. But and they're inside the 10 again. Let's see if Vegas can try and put something, or if, and here we are. Here they are close to the 5, and they're coming out of passing formation. This is dangerous for DC here, in my opinion.
Yeah, threw a pick on the opening play in the end zone, or opening drive. Yeah, and there once again, Merrick Itera. This is what happened the last drive. 2 passes, and Itera got his hands on both of them. Nearly had a pick 6 on the first one.
Yeah, and it's just, oh man, like Say got you right down here on just the previous play, right? And he's getting, in my opinion, I mean, he's getting chunk yardage, and you're averaging nearly 6 yards a carry on the season, and we're passing here. Look, and I know they're up and everything else, but they threw an interception in this area to Chris Magel, just a couple of drives ago.
Itera chomping at the bit. He wants to get a pick on the stat line as well, and he's had 3 good opportunities at it now. Keep testing it. We'll see. Swings this one out to Say. Say powers his way through into the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons. They're up 2 scores.
And what made that play perfect, and Synergy knew it right off the start. No sooner he snapped the ball, he knew there was man coverage. He knew the middle linebacker had priority on Kevin Say, and he just dumped it out to him, knowing that the linebacker had a longer run. And Kevin Say is able to grab it and just mosey his way on in and put his team up 13 points.
13-0 for the Dragons. Potty on for the extra point. Bruce Leroy on to hold. Good snap. Extra point is up. Extra point is good. 14-0 over the 2-score favorite Las Vegas Fury here at home. Kind of wild. They're already in quite the deficit.
Well, it seems like the stellar defense of DC is actually besting, one of the, I do believe they're number 3 in scoring offense, coming into this week in Las Vegas. So, no, number 2, actually, almost right at 35 points a game, and they're actually holding them to none in the first. I was about to say maybe not.
Doug Britton trying to single-handedly get his team back into the game. First down and 10 from the 30. Listen, they might be down 2 scores, but they're not going to be down 2 scores for this whole game. They're going to get this thing figured out. Number 2 scoring offense in the league. We'll see some points. Right now, stats heavily lopsided towards the Dragons. That pass goes out to Scott Johnson. He'll gain 6 on the play as we enter the final minute of quarter number 1. Second down and 4 for Las Vegas. Their drive so far, Gerald, a 3-and-out that resulted in minus 13 yards. Their second drive, 7 plays, 37 yards, but they still had to punt that one away. And here we are on drive number 3. DC's scored 2 touchdowns out of their first 3 drives.
Yeah, and they just got to get himself in some sort of a rhythm right now.
Price deep down the middle, jumping and almost picking it off. The defense was trying to get it back down to Doug Britton. It falls down to the turf. They're down in 4.
Yeah, and Doug Britton went up there, man. And usually he's a receiver, right, that pulls those down. He's a really, really large receiver. I think he's one of the more heavier receivers in the league. He's 6'1", but he's 248 pounds and, a 2-time All-Star.
3 receivers set on 3rd down and 4. Short drop. Quick pass by Price, and he gets the first down catch. Prince Wonder, the 10th overall pick last offseason's draft, gets that reception, gets the first down.
His name's Prince Wonder, and I'm sitting here wondering how did he complete that pass? It was thrown so quick and in coverage.
He's got those wide receiver hands. First quarter in the books, 14-0. Dragons over the Las Vegas Fury. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on SFL YouTube. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. He's a little happier than he was at the beginning of the game. I think he's starting to cheer up. He might even smile. Who knows? Greg Soto, Justin Reside with us on stats. Cameron Irvine, our producer. 2nd down and 7 after that 3-yard run by Scott Johnson. How's Liam Hammer doing? He doing all right?
Broken arm, man.
It's not good.
You know, it does nothing for the day, but you know.
Gorilla Glue. Just glue it.
Glue.
Yeah, Gorilla Glue. Just glue that bone back together.
Well, he's not cut open. What are we stealing?
Well, you cut the bone, man. You got to cut him open and get to the bone. Oh, no. DC Dragons just picked that one off. Running it back the other way. Peanut Say with the pick. Gets it back into Las Vegas territory, and that's been the one Achilles heel of this offense so far this season. Gerald, I know you mentioned it earlier on, but interceptions. That was the 30th pick for Eric Price this season. That's almost the most in the league.
Yeah, and as a whole, Vegas is 26th out of 28 in turning the ball over. They turn it over at the high. Look, and I tell you, and one weird thing about it, they're 7-1. Even with that being the case, they're 7-1. They still play top-notch ball. Not sure how.
I know. It's not usually the case. Usually turnovers are, game breakers. I mean, it's just, you throw that many picks, you're just not going to win games. But here they are, 7-1. But now, down 14-0, and DC back in control of the football. They've scored touchdowns on their last 2 drives to see what they can do on this one. 2nd down and 9. Kevin Say takes the handoff. He'll only gain 2. 3rd down and 7.
And if memory serves me correctly here, this is, I think, only the 2nd, 3rd, and long-ish type situation DC has been in, right? And this is where, with the interception rate that this defense can pick the ball off, it's good for DC to stay out of those situations. So this is where they got to be careful, especially with the 2-score lead this early in the game.
3rd and 3 on 3rd down. This time it is not converted. Sean Allen swatting that one down to the turf. And the Las Vegas defense doing what they needed to do to prevent more DC points, especially those ones which would have come off of a turnover. A quick 3-and-out for the DC Dragons. Don Wilson on to punt. For DC, Doug Britton standing back right around his own goal line, waiting to return. Backs off, lets this one bounce, and it is down at the 5. A great special teams play by the Dragons. So, nothing's really been able to work so far for Las Vegas, and now 95 yards away from the goal line.
Well, look, we're only a quarter in. We're a quarter in, like a minute or so into the game. So, and maybe this quarter in, I might be able to get something underneath him, right, and get some high percentage passes, or maybe even do something simple, right, to try and get Rob Johnson going to see what else they can get going on offense so far. But them scoring 35 points in a game, you can't. I'm sure you can't hold them down for too long.
Price with the out route up top to Doug Britton. Gains 9 yards, 2 feet and 11 inches. 2nd down.
Yeah, Doug Britton being 5th in the league in receptions coming into this week, and 3rd in the league in receiving yards, and 4th in touchdown receptions. So he is a high target for this quarterback.
Scott Johnson takes that handoff, runs for a loss. Sets them up with a 3rd down and 2. Las Vegas so far on the day, only 1 of 3 on 3rd down conversions. Jose Fuentes with the tackle.
And you would think, right, just on the surface, right, this should be very, very convertible for Vegas, just 3rd and 2.
Eric Price's quarterback rating lower than Gerald and my ages. Gets that 1st down, and hopefully that makes his QBR higher than our age. Doug Britton, his favorite target, gets the 1st down.
Yeah, got just what he needed, and who knows, it may boost him right above it. We're going to see this stat get uploaded here.
There we go.
And now we're considered young men compared to his QBR.
There we go. Quarterback rating 43.3. Yes, sir. That'll continue to climb, I'm sure. Price throws over the middle, and catch in traffic. Great way to hold on to the ball. Mason Kirby gets the first down up at the 32.
Yeah, and that's a good way to make a contested catch. Those are the kind of catches you are going to need your guys to make if you want to get yourself back in this game, right? So that he's able to get there and pull it in, and his arm looked like he would just pull it out of his socket. He's like double jointed. Watch that arm just swing around like that.
Swinging around like a club. That's how Liam Hammer's arm looked earlier tonight, too.
Man, you didn't have to bring that up, man. It's broken, not dislocated. Get it right.
4 wide receiver set for the Fury. Play action. Price throws into double coverage. Bobbled around and incomplete. Second down now. Almost threw another pick, though. I mean, he doesn't mind taking chances, throwing those deep passes. It's kind of boom or bust. Either this offense is all in and works great, or it just falls apart at the seams with these picks.
Well, it's almost in that situation, all the guys there, it seemed like he's seen some pressure coming. It's like, Britton's got to be there somewhere. Let me throw it up.
Another play action, more pressure right on its way. Out route up top, and that one is incomplete as well. The receiver just dropped it. Was trying to get it to one of the backup receivers, Marion Cabretti. And Cabretti just not able to pull that one in. Third and 10.
That was a situation to get to reset the downs and not end up in 3rd and long, right? Vegas just hasn't been crisp as they have been on this current 6-game win streak that they're on today. They just look out of sorts and seem like DC is prepped well for them.
Sticking with that same formation, pressure almost gets there again, and once again, the pass is just incomplete. This is just very awkward 3-play series there.
Did he throw it to Cabretti again?
If you don't learn the first time, can't help you.
I don't know. You think he dropped it and just look at, owner head coach was like, look, man, you don't pay me enough to catch these balls like this.
Yeah. Yep. I think that might be it. We saw fullback Nick Connors running earlier, and he's kind of like just doing this half jog thing.
Do you think Vegas is sandbagging? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Oh, we're just toying with them. We're 10-point favorites. What are you talking about?
Yeah. We just wanted to give you those 10 points. We'll even spot you a bonus 4. Kevin Say, so far, has a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Only a quarter and a half of the way through. Almost has 100 all-purpose yards. Synergy, 9 of 15, 134 yards, touchdown and a pick. And that's how you catch an out route. Ronnie Shanahan gets 6 on the play.
Yeah, I thought for a minute there, Dave Drury's going to come in there and kind of get a hand in it and kind of bat it away. But I guess he didn't even see the ball. He was able to, get it to Shanahan and get themselves in a 2nd and short.
Offset I formation for the Dragons. Deep drop by Synergy. And gets it out to Lauren Percoco. Hashtag throw it to the tight end. He gets the first down at the DC 45. The SFL convention is coming to Cincinnati, Ohio, July 28th to 30th for season 21 kickoff weekend. For room reservation details and the weekend schedule, see the convention alerts channel in the SFL Discord server. Rooms are going fast, so reserve your special group rate today, and we will see you there. And when I say we, I mean Gerald and I, because we'll both be there. I will give free autographs. Gerald is selling his for $5 each. I don't know what that's all about, but teach their own. I guess if you really want it.
Somebody got to pay for that hotel. I'm all booked up.
I'm all booked up as well. We'll be there in Cincinnati. Hope to see you all there as well. Nobody wants my autograph anyway. That's why it's free. Can't even give the thing away. Synergy.
Oh, what?
Tipped in. Still not able to capitalize. Ball falls down to the turf. So many tipped plays.
Right.
They haven't been able to secure one of those in.
Yeah, and that was a dangerous pass right there, right? And even at the end of it all, after all the Vegas defenders kind of had their hands on it, DC still had a moment of a chance, and at that last moment before it hit the turf to be able to pick it up.
3rd down and 8. They had a 3rd and long on their last possession. Were not able to convert. See what they can do here. Synergy deep down the middle, jumping in, incomplete. Churchill had the ball. Oh, is it the weather? There's a lot of drops.
I think and you're gonna see it. Look, Max Jackson was right under there. I think he got a glimpse of Max Jackson and said, "Don't hit me. I'm not." And when and he went up.
I won't catch it if you just don't pummel me.
He took his eye off the ball just for a second, I believe, because he was anticipating Max Jackson to light him up.
3
and
targets
it just didn't happen.
Have gone Churchill's way. No receptions recorded yet. I think he did.
I think a couple of them were drops.
Yeah. He did have, I know he had one, though. He had one deep reception down the sideline.
Oh, he did. That was the one he dropped back and threw it way deep.
Yeah, there was one deep one that went his way. So other than that, no completions his direction quite yet. So 1st down and 10 from the 25. Vegas. Halfway through the 2nd quarter, we got to get something going here.
Yeah, look, and they have the offensive weapons to do it, right? I mean, you don't score 35 points a game by accident on the season, right? That just doesn't happen. They're gonna get some points on the board at some point, you would believe.
Johnson takes the handoff, and he's struggled to get things going so far too. 6 rushes for right about 20 yards on the night.
And it's kind of unheard of, right? At this point in the season, right? Scott Johnson just this game got over 100 carries on the season.
Yeah. Getting the 1st down up to the 35 there keeps that drive alive. Doug Britton once again. He's been the one bright spot so far for Las Vegas.
Yeah, look, and Doug Britton has been doing great work, right along the sidelines on those out routes, right? Vegas has not really had much of an answer for him when he runs the routes right there on the sideline. So, if Price, will start looking his way like that, I mean, he might better get down the field pretty quick.
2 backs in the backfield now. Price out route down to the bottom. Getting out to Mason Kirby, brought down by Darrell Bullock. 2nd down and 3.
Here's again, it almost looked like the same identical play, but this time they just went Kirby's way, and he's able to pick up 7. And they're nearing midfield now. I don't even think they had gotten across midfield yet this game.
No, they've struggled to move the ball at all. Price changing the play at the line and sticking with the out route. It's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Gets it out to the tight end, Jackson Roberts. He gets the 1st down, almost across midfield.
Right, and I think Price made a good choice right there, right? It looked like they may have been running all slants play right before pre-snap. It looked like he yelled out a hot route and had that guy run the out route. So, and it actually worked, right? He was able to pick him up the 1st down.
3 wide receiver set for the Fury. Price pumps, throws, reaching up and catching it, breaking tackles and still moving. Mason Kirby. Looking athletic out there.
Yeah, man, look, you talk about them tight ends get athletic. Watch this wide receiver. Whoop, just spun around, caught it with one hand, and it just kept on going. Took a hit. Did he really secure the ball roll that well? It looked like after he got it, but he seemed to just keep going.
See, if it was a tight end, though, he wouldn't have had to reach way up like that. He would have just been putting his hands right in front of his face because they're so much taller.
Yeah, I know. Because
and then instead of getting tackled, he would have lowered his shoulder.
No, because they're slower. He wouldn't have to reach behind them because they're just slow.
Unbelievable. Johnson with room to run, passing to 30, passing the 20, breaks a tackle, forced out of bounds at the 17. They're finally inside the red zone with 3:04 to go here in the 1st half. Scott Johnson almost back up to 5 yards per carry.
And that was a perfect play call right there, right? They lined up and kind of got him spread out. He just ran right off the edge and picked himself up 19 yards. There was nobody. He got to the 3rd level of the defense before he even got touched.
Got to take care of the football down here. Finally down in scoring range. Could turn this back into a 1-score game. Las Vegas will also get the ball to start the 2nd half. Still 3 minutes away. Quick pass by Price. Hipped and caught. exactly how they drew that one up in practice. They're like, all right, I'm going to throw it to Kirby. It's going to bounce off your head, and then Doug Britton can catch it.
Well, I think that might have been a thing. Doug Britton said, no, man, it's my ball. It's throwing to me more than you, so I need to catch it. And Kirby's like, no, it's mine. But he bounced off. It's like, it's mine anyway. You caught it right at the end. But either way it goes.
Yeah, it's still a gain of 4.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, still a completion, and they're still in a situation to score some points right here.
I think Price threw that so fast nobody was ready for it. Price up top this time. Jumping, getting the catch. Another gain of 3. 3rd down and 3. Got it back out to Prince Wonder. His second catch of the ball game.
You see what Wonder did, right? I think he heard us talking about at a tight end's catch with 2 hands. He's like, Mr. Mike Dax, watch this. 2 hands, buddy. I got it.
And then what happened? He fell down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Las Vegas trailing 2 scores. Knocking on the door. 8-play drive, 66 yards so far. 10 yards to go. Third down and 3. 2 of 5 on 3rd down. 1 of 2 here in quarter number 2. Price hands it off to Johnson. Johnson breaks a tackle, gets past the first down yard marker, and tackled at the 2-yard line. Scott Johnson sets them up with a first down. Goal to go.
And that was, I like that call right there, right? They tried to spread out DC, and DC really didn't fall for it, right? Linebacker Gore was right there. Scott Johnson was able to hit him with a shoulder charge and be able to, pick up the first down. Now they're on the edge of scoring.
Price to Johnson. Johnson out of bounds. They'll actually spot that as a catch and a loss of 1. Clock stops with 1:29 to go.
Yeah, and Eric Price was looking a little bit down the field, a little bit too much, looking for too much right out of the gate right there, trying to see guys in the back of the end zone. When if you would throw it to Scott Johnson a little bit earlier, I think he just jogs right in for 6.
Eric Price under center now on 2nd and goal. Price to Johnson. Johnson running, spins, touchdown, Vegas. They're right back in it.
That spin move let him get in the end zone. The linebacker had a beat on him, and he just spun right on the inside. As a defender, what you're taught, push him to the sideline. And guess what? Scott Johnson kind of knows that. I'm going to just cut back inside, and he's not going to be there, and I'm going to just walk right in.
Didn't even lose a step.
I wish I had moves like that.
I'm sure, back in your prime, you probably did.
Did I have a prime?
I think you missed it.
I think
you slept right through it.
Yeah, probably.
I think your prime was when you were out on the boats floating around the ocean. You missed it. You're just floating around the water.
I had hair back then, too, so I think you're right.
You wanted to blow away when you were out to sea. Extra point is up and good. Vegas trailing only by 7 now. 1:27 to go here in the first half. We'll see if DC can do something with the ball. They still have all 3 timeouts, and they'll have about 1:20 to go after this kick return. If you missed any SFL action, you want to fast forward your SFL experience, you can check out highlights of SFL games on the SFL YouTube channel and on Highlight Nation, provided by Victor's Valiant, YouTube's premier sports highlight maker. Subscribe to Highlight Nation and Victor's Valiant on YouTube for all your college football and basketball highlight needs. So 1:23, all 3 timeouts.
Look, I just have to admit, Doug Britton made the tackle on special teams just now. That guy goes on a long drive, participates in the drive, stealing catches from people.
Yeah.
And he's stealing tackles from defenders.
He does it all, man. Synergy, pumps, fires, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Say does everything he can to make it only a loss of 2. Gerald calls a timeout. The Dragons do not. The clock will continue to roll.
Well, that's one of those situations, right? As a coach, right? If you get them on first down this deep inside their own 20, and you get them for a loss, I would call timeout right there, because chances are, right, DC's got the lead, and what they're going to try to do, they're going to try to run out the clock, and this is exactly what it looks like they're doing. You have to utilize your timeouts properly.
6 on the line for the Fury. Say surges past them and then gets absolutely leveled. Sean Allen with the tackle. Gerald making timeout signals here in the booth. that still won't work. You can't say timeout. You can't signal timeout. You don't get a vote.
Yeah. Okay. But look, if you're using the weird Gerald Smith method, you'd probably have a minute left and you'd be able to get the ball back. Fit to electric returner like Doug Britton.
Synergy to throw, gets the first down, and now I bet they wish they had called those timeouts, Gerald. But you can't take them with you. You're not going to have 6 timeouts to start the second half, so you may as well have used them, but they did not. Andrew Tate gets the catch. Final seconds ticking away. First half comes to a close. So 3 touchdowns between these teams here in the first half. 2 for the Dragons, 1 for the Fury. 14-7, your score at the half. As we roll through the first half stats and highlights, Gerald, your thoughts so far on the game?
I don't think the stats right here kind of tell the story of how it's been, right? Vegas just been sputtering, on offense. Look, and it's kind of key to the way, DC has played, defense on, right? They forced them into a lot of tough situations and had them punting and everything else going on. But, I mean, they were able to, get something going right at the end. And, and DC, I don't think DC has scored any points since the first quarter. So, Vegas seems like they kind of tightened up on defense a bit. And we seem like we're going to be in for a really good battle. Not the 10-point. DC does not look like a 10-point underdog.
No, I would agree.
As Jack's data said, so I think we're in for a really, really electric second half.
DC on their opening possession threw an interception in the end zone. Las Vegas unable to capitalize on it, went 3 and out. DC on their next 2 possessions would then go and have 2 touchdown plays, both by Kevin Say. And that would bring the first quarter to an end, Gerald. They did not score anything in quarter number 2. Second quarter started off a little wonky, if you will. Las Vegas throwing a pick. DC going 3 and out. Las Vegas gets the ball back. Has a 27-yard drive, but then has to punt that one away. DC's having to punt away after that. Las Vegas finally able to capitalize. 11 plays, 74 yards. And that was the last of the scoring that we would have here in the first half. We'll get the second half started. Las Vegas gets the ball back to start half number 2. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Justin Reside, Greg Soto, keeping track of stats for us tonight. Cameron Irvine, our producer.
Just to put it in perspective of how well the Vegas defense has stiffened up, they only allowed 22 yards in the second quarter on defense.
Yeah, that's a great adjustment because, other than that pick in the end zone on the opening possession, DC looked like they could potentially be unstoppable. 5-play, 35-yard drive to get their first points on the board, and then a 4-play, 81-yard drive on their next possession. We'll see what Vegas can do here. Eric Price, 15 of 21 in the first half, 110 yards. Adds to it now, getting it back out to Mason Kirby. He'll gain 6.
And that's a very good start. It almost seems like they're kind of picking up where they left off right there, right? Doing one of their high percentage stuff and, taking what the defense is going to give you right here, right? You're 7 points down. You're far from out of it, right? You guys are well below right now in Vegas, well below their season average in points per game. So, they can put up points real fast. Oh.
Running play off to the right-hand side. That one's going to go for no gain on it. Scott Johnson trying to do what he can. Hopping and skipping.
Right. He hopped over and he had a lane, right? But when he hopped over, I think his trajectory that he hopped over the defender, he had to come down in a certain way. And before he had a chance to correct himself, he was already in the face of a defender.
They're down and 4, and their opening drive will keep on going. Prince Wonder, the rookie, gets the catch and moves the chains for him. He's been a bright spot on this offense as well.
Oh, yeah, the first-round pick just coming through right there, right, finding himself open. And Eric Price, right, being even though he throws a ton of touchdowns, right, on the season, he's 4th in the league in touchdown passes. So, I mean, he knows how to get it to his guys. So, well, here they are. They just keep going, and they're approaching midfield.
Prince Wonder now with over 300 yards on the season. Wow, quadruple coverage. That one was incomplete. No surprise there. John Patrick Levine swatted that one away. 2nd down and 10.
That was like a traffic jam. There
Yeah.
were so many guys in the area, and I think that was a situation, right, where Eric Price just threw to a spot and expected his guy to be there, but it was also a ton of defenders there as well.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what he saw there. But he looked and he said, yeah, I can fit that in. He didn't. Price throws it to a much more wide open Mason Kirby, I believe, on that catch. We'll get the first down up to the 45, and no correction, that's John Blades, the tight end.
The 10-year vet says, I can catch too.
Oh, it's because he's a tight end. That's who they should be throwing it to. I keep trying to tell you.
Yeah, but he's like one of the smaller tight ends. He's a former wide receiver. What are you talking about?
It's tight end now.
No,
it's never too late to
He's
convert.
always going to be a wide receiver.
Unbelievable. Price hands this one off to Johnson. Hit behind the line and tackled for a loss. Wrapped up by John Gary. A loss of 1. 2nd down.
John Gary, he just shot the gap.
He sure did.
And he was able to hit him first, and then Riley Hughes coming there. He's like, just cleaned up the mess.
2nd and 11 from the 44th. 2 wide receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Price, down he goes. Ripped down, sacked, loss of 4. And a little bit of taunting going on.
Yeah, Fuentes just came right in there. Look, and I think that it's like he almost had a false sense of like security, what was going on. Everything looked fast, and Fuentes just did some sort of a half rip move to get right by the offensive lineman and threw him down like a
Just like
it was a
spawned.
ball or something.
Just spawned right in front of Eric Price.
Man, at my age, if I get slammed down like that, I might have to go get my hip checked out.
Eric Price sacked 3 times. Synergy, however, has stayed clean so far. Deep drop by Price. Throws deep pass over the middle, and he's got his man. That's Prince Wander off to the races. Touchdown, Vegas!
Oh, my God. He just beat everybody right there. He got enough time in the pocket. Prince Wonder's running down the field, and he was able to break a tackle going in the end zone. And now this team is 1 point away from tying the ball game up. This is the electric offense from Vegas that we expected to see from the beginning of the game. And now here they are striking in the second half.
Prince Wander with his 4th touchdown reception on his rookie campaign, and that one could not have been any better, as it gets his team a Matt Rage extra point away from tying this back up. Prince Wander, 4 receptions, 82 yards. He came into the game, 8 games played already with 293 yards on his career, averaging 12.7 per reception. He's got another 82. Oh, and the extra point is blocked.
How important is that going to become?
Well, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Just talked about how it would be a Matt Rage extra point away from tying it up, and big number 97 just surging his way through. Billy Blanks, the 6'3", 310-pound backup defensive tackle with some special teams prowess. The score will remain 14-13.
Man, I was just about to mention, too, right during this kickoff right here, that just to give you an idea, the Vegas offense, how explosive they can be, they are 2nd in the league just as a receiving core, averaging 12.3 yards per reception.
Shanahan brings that one back up to the 23-yard line. So DC still in control. But all the work that they did in the first quarter, Gerald, they were up 14-0 in the first quarter, and now Vegas has scored 13 unanswered to make it a 1-point ball game. So DC, it's due time to get some more points on the board. Synergy. Oh, he's going to try to get them all right now.
Wow.
He dropped the pass. Another drop. Josh Gill. He's been thrown to 8 times. He's had 3 catches.
And you're going to see on the replay as he jumped and caught it because it was slightly out of his reach. He brought it back in. It looked like it bounced off his knee when he was trying to secure it. His knee came up, bam, and it knocked it right out.
Wow.
Oh, man, that was the play that they needed to kind of boost their offense. I mean, mentally, as a player, you see that and you drop a huge play to get yourself back in after kind of doing nothing in the second quarter. You got to think like, oh, man, what now, right?
Well, 2nd down and 10. See what they choose to do here. I'll go right back down to Kevin Say instead. He'll gain 4, so it sets them up with a 3rd down and 6. Been 50-50 on 3rd downs today, Gerald. First quarter, they went 3 of 3. Second quarter, 0 for 3.
Yeah, they just could get nothing going, and this is going to be a true test right here, at least early on, on their first drive in the third quarter, and see, how they're going to respond to that huge play, where they drop the pass, and let's see.
Synergy throws. Churchill with the catch, holds on to it, and gets the first down. He had a drop earlier on too.
Yep. Look, and if you saw right there, like you said, he was playing the defender right there, right? I think it was like an option route for him. He just played the defender. The defender, decided to choose the outside because they've been struggling on the out routes a bit. But he decided to go in, and Synergy was able to hit him in stride.
4 wide receiver set for the Dragons. First down and 10. Quick out down to the bottom. Lauren Percoco gets the catch, knocks over Doug Britton.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, watch this, bam. I rock the Noah quick. I don't need elbow pads or sleeves or gloves. Just grip it.
That looked totally accidental.
I think
there's no way she could have stopped.
I think it was intentional.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She totally could have stopped. She's like, watch this. Oh, watch Kevin Say. Say says, I want to get some points on the board. Gets across midfield.
Oh, the blocks. Right in the middle, right in the middle. You're going to see all these blocks right here happen right up the middle. Hat on a hat, and bam, right there. And it actually,
Jay Palmer again.
Right, and was able to sit there and kind of project them through. Bam. And look, I'm just impressed at the way he, looking at the second monitor we have over here, I'm impressed about how Say is able to read his blocks.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jay Ballmer, for being a rookie fullback, doing a great job setting up those blocks. Oh, deep pass tipped and incomplete. Another missed opportunity by the Las Vegas defense. They have a plethora. That's our big $10 word of the day. A plethora of pass deflections, but only 1 pick to their name. 7 pass deflections now to 1 interception.
Yeah, and if you're from down south, you call that buku. That's buku. Yeah, that's buku. Pass deflections.
That means buku means a lot?
That means a bunch.
That's just
a lot.
Bizarre. Okay. Synergy. Gets this one down to
French.
Say.
Merci beaucoup.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Huh?
See, I never knew what that merci beaucoup thing meant.
Very much. Mean a lot, a bunch.
See, you get to watch football and learn French all at the same time. If the game gets out of hand, I can teach people some Spanish.
See.
Muy bien, Gerald.
See. That's all I know.
Adios, man. 3rd down and 5, getting it out to Say. Can Say spin and get the first down? No. Good open field tackle by Justin Reside. And he gets the stop his defense needed. At the Las Vegas 38, a little outside of field goal range, Don Wilson on to punt.
Yeah, and I think they played the percentages there, but I would have liked to have seen him run that play, but flip it to the other side of the field. That way Say had a little bit more room to be able to, try and make defenders miss. He just kind of ran himself into the sideline there.
Doug Britton will let this one bounce. It rolls down to the 1 and sliding into the end zone for the touchback. Las Vegas will get the ball at their own 20. So they were able to get down the field and score their last time out. See if they are able to do it again. They had an 8-play, 80-yard drive, but the extra point was blocked. See what they can do here. Price, throw. We'll stick with that out route and stick with the red-hot Prince Wonder as he gets his 5th catch of the ball game. Now has about 86 yards.
Yeah, and the way Price is spreading around the ball, right? All his receivers have got 5 receptions apiece.
Price, into traffic.
Wow.
Was trying to get it out to Doug Britton, but Riley Cuse stepping right in front of it. Bats that one down. 3rd down and 6.
Well, like the man coverage and the route trail on that one just wasn't a real recipe for success. You had a lot of guys kind of crossing and going and kind of, drug defenders into like the path of the ball, and it could have been disastrous, but they avoided it. But here's 3rd and 6 for DC. This is a very good opportunity for them to get themselves that they might be at a good field position if they make a stop here. And it's I won't say it's a huge 3rd down for Las Vegas, but it's something they can definitely build upon from the last drive if they pick it up.
2 of 2 on 3rd down so far in the 3rd quarter. See if they can keep that perfect. No. Swatted down. Great job by Declan O'Rourke on the DC defense, bringing that drive to a close. He had a wide open, I say wide open. He had an open receiver over the middle, but O'Rourke able to swat that one away, and they'll have to punt.
Yeah, he just didn't get enough of a loft, arc, lob. I don't know.
All 3. He didn't get any of those.
He just threw
there
it.
was no loft. There was no arc. It was not a lob. Oh, but he gets the punt blocked.
What's going on?
And DC's able to jump
Holy
on it
cow.
at the 11-yard line. The Dragons with amazing starting field position after another great special teams play.
Declan O'Rourke makes the play on the play before, misses a potential interception, and they said, hey, we're coming here to try and block this punt to try and get some momentum back because we haven't been having any lately. And look what happens. Now they're right outside the 10-yard line.
4 wide receiver set. 1st down and 10 from the 11. Synergy gets it out to Say inside the 10 and brought down at the 9-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down.
Yeah, and look, I expect to see a lot of this right here, right? Because they threw an interception on their very first drive of the game inside the end zone. And Say is their leading receiver. He has, nearly 60 catches on the season right now, and I think they're going to go to him a lot more.
Synergy down to the bottom, gets it out to Josh Gill, who catches it, steps out of bounds at the 3, 3rd down and 2. Is there any scenario where this should not be a handoff to Kevin Say?
It could be a swing route to Kevin Say as well. So I think either way it goes to Kevin Say right here. I would be surprised if they drop back and run a deeper, longer developing routes. I would be really surprised if that happens.
2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, offset eye in the backfield. Synergy will throw, has time, but pressure's on its way and ripped down and sacked at the 10. Brought down by Sam Jager. That'll bring up a 4th down.
Call me surprised because I really didn't expect that to happen. And look at the coverage by Vegas. A way to respond by them right here. Being able to keep everybody that was going out for a pass covered up. The quarterback had nowhere to go, and he had to take a sack. He could have very well threw it away, but he was hoping somebody was going to get open, and Vegas is able to force the field goal attempt.
Pautee out for a 27-yard field goal try. It's up. It is good. DC 17, Las Vegas 13. Next week on Next Level Sports, 2 teams in the hunt for the playoffs will face off to better their positioning for a run when the 4-5 Portland Fleet head to Homa to take on the 5-4 Louisiana Revolution. Kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. For complete channel guide, you can visit nlse.com. Doug Britton, the dangerous return man, gets his way up to the 21-yard line. So Las Vegas trailing by 4. And back in control of the football. They scored on their opening possession of the second half on an 8-play, 80-yard drive. They had to punt after a quick 3-and-out on their last possession, and that was blocked, setting up DC with a 1st down from the 11. Only surrendered 6 yards, though, and forced a field goal. Doug Britton able to gain 9 on 1st down.
Yeah, I think defensively on that last drive, I think it was a win by the Vegas defense, being able to have to try and stop them at the 11-yard line. But here they are on the first play of this drive. Mason Kirby able to grab the ball for 9 right there on the first play, and they're looking like they're. It seems like they have something going, where they can hopefully get down and potentially tie this ball game up. Well, I could take the lead. They can't tie it. They take the lead if they go down and score a touchdown.
I was going to say, no, I don't think there's any 4-point plays in football, but there could be. I don't know. Scott Johnson gets just enough for the first down up to the 31-yard line, and Johnson, 11 carries, 46 yards now on the day. We'll see if they get him any more involved as well. Doug Britton, the third leading receiver in the league, came into today's game with over 1,000 yards on the season. He's only got just under 50 here today. Wouldn't be surprised to see him get more involved in this one. Johnson with a 3-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, and he was able to. The last two plays that they've actually handed the ball to Johnson there, it seemed like, as he goes to the edge, it looks like it could be potentially disastrous, but he puts a spin move on and able to get himself, kind of some positive yardage.
3 down lineman for the Dragons. Price throws over the middle. Doug Britton right on cue. Gets the catch. And gains 14. First down and 10. Just outside of midfield as we see a quarterback comparison. Both quarterbacks playing pretty evenly tonight.
Yeah, and Doug Britton, you can't leave Doug Britton that wide open. There wasn't nobody within 5 yards of him when he had caught the ball. It's like they had some sort of a coverage mix-up or something like that. Safety's playing a little bit deeper. And the linebackers, I'm assuming, who had that particular zone, was looking at maybe covering that out route, that kind of cross in front of the face.
Same defensive look here on this first down. Snap. Price takes advantage, gets the first down pass out to Mason Kirby, out route up top. Gain of 8, second down and 2.
Yeah, and it seems like they found something they like in the play sets that they're using, and versus the defense that the DC Dragons have been calling, on these last couple of drives here, and here we are. It seems like they're past the 50 and they're moseying on down, inside the opponent's 45.
Price pumps, fires, nearly picked off, and it falls out of bounds. But that one was well read by the DC defense. Couldn't quite see who got his hands on the ball.
See, and there's a situation, right, in any game, in any thought process by the quarterback where a pump fake can work to your advantage. That one was a pump fake that didn't. It seemed like he pump faked and it actually got the defenders, kind of, breaking on their on the wide receivers' routes, and was able to get them in a better position. And when he made that throw, the DB was right in position to potentially pick it off. Luckily for Vegas, it just falls to the turf.
John Patrick Levine, the second-round rookie, getting his hands on the ball. 3rd down and 2. Price scrambling around, hit as he throws, and it's bobbling still.
That was
That's why we call it football.
The defender was like hacky-sacking it with his knees beyond the line of scrimmage, like waiting for catching him, and just keep hitting it with my knees. Catch it, guys. I've never seen that before.
He's just hacky-sacking that ball. Well, it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work. But hey, he forced a punt. That's just as good.
That is indeed. We've seen a blocked punt earlier on. See if DC comes for it. They don't this time, setting themselves up for a return. Shanahan lets it bounce at the 3, goes into the end zone. Touchback for the Dragons. They'll get the ball out at their own 20-yard line. Hey, don't leave the broadcast without joining our Discord server if you have not yet done so. There's so much more to do in the SFL than just being a player. You can join to check out content for teams and about the league created by the community, participate in pick'em games, play SFL fantasy football, and test your skills in the Survivor Pool. To join our server, visit simulationfl.net. Click on the Discord icon on the menu. The SFL community is 2,000 strong, and we will see you there. Mike Churchill drops that one. We've got a game update from Denver. Cameron Irvine back at SFL Studios.
Thank you, Mike. Not a whole lot of playoff positioning on the line tonight in Denver, but Kentez Johnson just became the 15th player in SFL history to reach 25,000 career yards. Denver leads Charleston 13-7, keeping their slim playoff hopes alive. Back to you and Gerald in Vegas.
Thank you, Cam. Congratulations to him for hitting that milestone. Kevin Say trying to Trying to break some records himself tonight if he can just get something going, but have been held relatively in check. I mean, he's averaging 5.6 yards per carry, but only 62 yards on the night. Touchdown on the ground, touchdown in the air. Let's see if he adds on to those stats as the night continues on. Final seconds of quarter number 3 ticking away. Synergy to pass on 3rd and 10 over the middle, and that one is caught. Brought in at the 35-yard line. Moving the chains, getting the first down.
Yes, Josh Gill kind of coming across, finding a little bit of a little bit of something right in the middle. It didn't look like he was open, but that's why the quarterbacks get paid money to throw the ball and I don't.
3 quarters in the books. 11 minutes remains here in Las Vegas. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. APM Music.
Presentation of the Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. Synergy, laser beam over the middle, caught up at the 47-yard line. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. Justin Reside, Greg Soto with us on Stats tonight. Cameron Irvine, our producer, back at SFL Studios.
Yeah, and it seemed like, is this something with just DC, man, that they just pick up the pace in the first and the last quarter here, man? Because they've actually doing some good stuff. Did some good stuff in the first quarter. And now that here, we just started the fourth and they actually made a pretty good, decent pass right there. And here you are.
Wide open out route up top. And Vegas can't afford to be playing soft on defense at this point. They need to, keep doing what they've been doing. They got things figured out, like you said, in the second quarter and third quarter. And only have allowed 3 points since the opening frame. 2nd down and 3. Still trailing by 4 is Las Vegas. DC looking to add more points on.
And only Vegas has allowed those 3 points on a punt block, which gave the opponent the ball at the 11-yard line as well.
Kevin Say gets the handoff, gets the first down. Looks like he's got fresh legs out there. Some good speed on that run.
That was a good piece of blocking right there. The fullback in Balmer, watch him level. I don't know if you guys see it. They leveled Day Drury down, which helped Kevin Say just kind of run right through the line, and they're right on the fringe of field goal range right now.
Yeah, another 5 or 6 yards, and they'll be in that field goal range. A lot of motion on defense by Las Vegas. Kevin Say has some room to work, but a nice open field tackle by Shaud Allen. 2nd down and 2.
I was really expecting that play whenever I saw it develop for that stuff to go for a lot more than 8 yards. But look, it gets them in field goal range, and it gets them in a situation to put more points on the board, to put pressure on the Vegas offense to answer.
2nd and 2, Synergy. Drops under pressure, throws, gets the pass away, and it is incomplete. Got it out to Percoco, but well defended by Day Drury. 3rd down and 2.
That play had the right side of that offensive line just kind of collapsed with the defenders kind of coming and run it in, which forced Synergy to kind of roll out to his left and throw the ball on the run. Probably didn't get quite the throw he wanted on it to Percoco, but and Drew was able to hit her just as the ball got there to knock to jar loose.
Power eye on 3rd down, and 5-yard pass behind the line of scrimmage. That does not work out, and they're still in field goal range, but it's going to be a long one for Potty.
Yeah, and Dave Drury on these last couple of plays, he's showing up, making plays after he got leveled by Balmer on a run. Just only a couple plays early, he shows why. He's as good as he is, and here we are. Paul T on to put his team up by 7.
48-yard field goal try. Pautee in the chat saying, bomb it, let's go. He's going to have to bomb it with his leg. Gets this one away. It's up, and it is good from 48. 20-13, DC out in front.
There was a defender right up in the face there of the holder. But he's able just to get it off, and Paulie just he booted it through. He got it through. 48 yards. Didn't have a whole lot of leg left, but puts his team up with another 3 points, and now it's a full touchdown.
Now Las Vegas could tie it.
Yes, that's good math.
Right.
Very good math. I
Well,
had terrible math.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest math.
Yeah, when we played as a kid, there was a 4-point field goal.
Oh, do you have to kick it with your other leg or something?
Or not. Oh, and he gets 15 out of it.
Is that a face mask?
Yeah, watch on the second money. Almost pulled his head off.
Oh, he sure did. Oh, yeah, personal foul. Tim Macco, special teamer, called for the face mask penalty. And Las Vegas will get nice starting field position.
Should be close
now.
to the 40.
Yeah, I was going to say right about at the 40-yard line. Eric Price, 23 of 34, 230 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Brings his offense back out to the line. First down and 10 from the 39-yard line. Scott Johnson takes the handoff, hit behind the line, surges forward, gains about 1 on the play. So we look at the halfback comparison. Neither with huge stats. Kevin Say a little bit out in front.
You know who forced that play to go for what it was the rookie first-round pick in Kano Fortson being able to penetrate and hit Scott Johnson behind the line of scrimmage, which slowed him down enough for his teammates to come and clean it up for a no gain.
On second down and 9, a big tackle for a loss. Gets him back about to the original line of scrimmage.
Wow.
Be a third down and long now.
It's never a good thing whenever, shortly after you snap the ball, your linemen are laying on their backs. It's never a good, especially when you're trying to run the ball.
Yeah, you need them upright so they can block. Third and long, Eric Price, deep drop, deep pass over the middle, swatted down and incomplete. So Vegas still trailing by a touchdown. 7.5 to go. Plenty of time, plenty of timeouts. They can punt this one away and put the onus back on their defense to get the ball back.
Yeah, it just seems like the first and last quarter of the game so far has been heavy DC, and Vegas just didn't show up yet, right? They didn't really show up in the first quarter. They fixed it the second to third, and they got in a roll, right? Everything started going their way, and now in the fourth, they're looking like they were in the first quarter. I'm not sure what's going on, but they gotta do something.
McGrack punts this one away. Shanahan takes it from the 20 up to the 25-yard line. And Synergy coming back out onto the field. 22 of 34, 210 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Very similar numbers to Eric Price on the other side. Overall stats are pretty even, as you can see. Synergy kept mostly clean tonight. He's been sacked once. See what he can do here. Quick pass right into the hands of Luke Swift. And Gerald, that's yet another a buku of pass deflections.
Well, if you got one, it ain't really buku.
I'm saying the defense has a buku of them.
A boku?
A buku?
Buku.
Bro, I don't know. You taught me the word like a minute and a half ago.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to have the proper pronunciation right off the bat.
Buku, yeah, buku.
A buku.
Yeah, they got a
Whatever.
A Western New York accent doesn't say buku correctly.
Doesn't say a lot of things correctly.
Whoa.
That pass into traffic, and that one is incomplete as well. Another quick throw. I don't even know if either receiver really knew who that one was going to.
Well, you can add that one to the buku of pass deflections as well as, John Osiris comes in there, right? And right at the last second, right, he is able to get enough in there and get his hand in there to just bat it away so Lauren Percoco wasn't able to haul it in. And this is a huge 3rd and 10. Now, if I was DC, right, you're up by 7. Don't choose a high percentage drive. If you don't have nothing, throw it away. Don't take chances.
Take the sack if you have to. Synergy goes down the sideline. He says, I'm just going to go for the touchdown. Mike Churchill all the way to the end zone. and it's a touchdown for the Dragons.
All throughout the game, Churchill says, I do my best work down the sidelines. There's 2 big catches today. We're down the sideline. You throw it over the middle. Max Jackson's there. You throw away from Max Jackson, and you can tell he's cherishing the ball as you're running down the field. Watch how he goes up, catches it, brings it down, and he's holding it with both hands like a baby because he don't want to drop it because that's a sensitive package all the way to the end zone.
Sure is, and that's going to get them back up by 2 scores as Mike Churchill with a 75-yard touchdown grab. It's going to put him over 100 yards on the day. Greg Soto on stats, keeping track for us, says now that's a buku yards in one play. Look at that.
Facts.
That is facts indeed.
Facts.
Extra point by Ponte is up and good. 27-13. The Dragons in control once again.
Yep, and that's something that Vegas just didn't need right now, right? Look, and I know it's 7 minutes, but the way that do you realize the points in the first quarter, in the fourth quarter for DC has been tremendously more, obviously because they're winning, than Vegas. Vegas doesn't do a whole lot in the first quarter. Now in the fourth quarter so far, they hadn't done a whole bunch. DC has done most of their damage in the first and fourth quarter. They started out strong, kind of got in a lull for the second and third quarters. In the fourth quarter, they said, "Hey, it's time to turn it back on. If not, we're gonna lose this game and not be able to get to 500." But they put themselves in a situation with 7 minutes to go, up 2 scores. That puts a lot of pressure on Vegas to be able to score 2 touchdowns to even tie, along with stops by the Vegas defense.
Las Vegas only scoring points at the end of the first half and beginning of the second half.
What?
And just like that, Darrell Bullock gets an interception, and DC in full control.
The tight end and John Blades, if you watch this, Ray, you might be able to see it. He put his hands up to catch it too late. I don't think he saw it. He just put his hands up too late to potentially catch the pass. By then, it was gone too far, and it was an easy, just almost like a pitch and catch for the defender right there. Now, here we go. DC is now just turning it on. Vegas is, I won't say collapsing, but they just don't look like themselves in the first and fourth quarter so far this game.
It's boom or bust for this offense, and so far tonight has been mainly bust. Kevin Say with the handoff, runs for a gain of 5, sets up a second down and 5 from the Las Vegas 36. Are you liking the game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year, and there is nobody else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support. Thank you for helping the SFL reach 10 years of operation through your viewership. That pass ruled out of bounds and incomplete. 3rd down and 5.
If I was DC right here, you're up 2 scores, and if you think he had if you had a shadow of a doubt that he was out of bounds, you want to challenge that, because that would absolutely reset the downs and get yourself in field goal range without even having to attempt this 3rd down right here. So, I mean, you're up 2 scores. I mean, at this stage in the game, you would think you're fairly secure.
Synergy in the gun, 5 wide, throws over the middle, and that one is caught. 1st down and 10 inside the red zone. Mike Churchill just adding on to his excellent day. Over 150 yards now.
Churchill has finally got over his fear of Max Jackson over the middle and is able to haul one in. And lucky enough for him, he challenged Max Jackson. Max Jackson missed the tackle, and now they're inside the red zone, threatening to put more points up.
Synergy to throw, 7-step drop, throws to the end zone. In the back, touchdown, Dragons. Gill with the touchdown reception, and things are getting a little out of hand here in Las Vegas.
What a catch by Josh Gill in double coverage. He skies up. He's got the corner on him and Sean Allen, the safety, and he's able to jump up right in front of both of them and pull it in. I just think that they secured the game here. They just put the nail in the coffin. And it's the way Vegas has been playing up to this point, they look like unstoppable. But DC has come in to the stadium and make them just look like any ordinary team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot that happens on game day. You know, the play that's actually going on down on the field. You know, the players executing, the coaches with their game plans and the play calling, you know, and all that. But there's a lot that also goes into it beforehand. And, you know, I mean, when you're the DC Dragons and you're sitting there at 4-5 and you know that you're better than 4-5, and then you see Jack Stata go and say, yeah, Las Vegas is favored by not only 1 score, but 2 scores, and we'll even throw it in another half. 10.5 point favorites here at home. And, you know, when you're DC, you know, you're looking at that thinking that's no, we're not 2 score underdogs here. And they really, they've proven that so far tonight. Currently sitting up by 21 points.
Yeah, and something else to kind of look. So DC up to this point, right, pinning this result right here, has in 3 of their 4 wins have only allowed 13 points by their opponent in 3 out of their 4 wins. Guess what Vegas has today at this point in the 4th quarter? 13 points.
Right. Scott Johnson not giving up, fighting forward, gets the first down yardage. In the SFL Discord server in the Who You Got channel, DC at Las Vegas, 91 people voted in favor of Las Vegas compared to 32 for the DC Dragons. So that's the sort of stuff that happens pregame where you know, players will look at that and say, you know what, maybe that's a little extra motivation. See what we can do on game day.
Yes, bulletin board material. And look, and you know how hard it is to win on the road right here. And they come in there and not only just kind of put it to Vegas, you know, I mean, up 3 scores with 5 minutes to go. They look really dominant.
Price with an incompletion over the middle. John Blades was his intended target. 2nd down and 10, 5:17 to go here in the 4th quarter. Rochelle Colston joining us in the chat says, I need to send Dags a Cajun translation book. That would be helpful because Buku it really doesn't make sense, but
it does make sense.
How's it make sense?
It does make sense.
It make sense.
It's a French word.
That's just saying it's a French word doesn't mean it makes sense.
What?
Well, here you go. Mason Kirby. There's nobody on the street. The ref's the next closest guy. Las Vegas. They're not done fighting. Touchdown for the Fury.
Look, I know when he got down, he scored a touchdown, but Mason Kirby put a couple of spin moves. I swear, it looked like everybody else gave up on the play.
Immediately.
And it was the strangest thing. I've never seen that. Everybody just stopped. And you might be able to see it on the replay here. When he goes through, he spins. And watch it, just spin move there. Everybody stopped.
Yeah, they're like, oh, man, he's about to get a buku of yards. I'm just going to wait here and watch it.
Yeah, so, well, they got their translation book if the fans are saying that. And you don't have one?
No, I don't. Rochelle hasn't sent me one yet. You would think you would have brought one with you from Louisiana.
I don't need it. I know it.
Well, you could have brought one for me. Instead, I'm just sitting here looking dumb.
I'll get you one on Amazon. But look, that's a play Vegas needed, definitely for sure. To put them down 2 scores, pinning this extra point. It's just that was the strangest play I've ever seen. Everybody gave up on the play.
Matt Rage doesn't have that extra point block. That one is up and good. Now down 14, 34-20. And a little early for an onside kick. We'll see this one kicked away. Tim Hackett, people here in the South Midwest say buku as well.
Yeah, what is wrong with you, Mike?
Listen, we don't say that in New York. That sort of thing will get you beat up. Just let you know.
No, man. It makes you unique. Y'all don't like uniqueness up here? Like,
no. Cookie cutter. We need everything to be the same. Coming in here talking about snowballs like it's a snack. Snowballs are what you throw people.
Snowballs is a snack. It's a very delicious treat.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I came down south and had a snowball. It was delicious.
Yeah, I say snowball, and everyone's like, yeah, what?
Yeah.
You want to eat that?
Right.
I'm like,
don't eat the yellow snow, though.
Dude, there's like gray snow up here.
Everything's gray in winter in New York.
It's part of the dirt.
We say buku in Texas as well. This is just bizarre. Y'all are weird. Kevin Say gets 5. I would imagine they're going to do what they can to keep this ball in bounds, keep the clock rolling. Las Vegas has all 3 timeouts, but time is not on their side.
No, but if they can force it 3 and out here, right, and get the ball back and get some sort of a play similar to what they had last, a big play, right, like a chunk play, buku yards and a play, they should be able to get themselves in the series, but they have to force 3 and out because time is definitely not on their side.
Synergy taking his time to snap the ball. About the whole defense right on the line of scrimmage for the Dragons, for Las Vegas. Yeah, and that cost them there because as soon as Kevin Say was able to get past that first defender, he was able to gain 12 before he was even hit.
Yeah, and I do believe, like, on this play right here, right, the defensive line did what they were supposed to do, right? Hold their blocks, kind of clog up the line right there, right, to hold up Say just slightly and hoping that, their second-level teammates was going to be able to come in there and close down the hole, but it just didn't happen. He was able to seep his way through and pick up the first down.
And that'll probably force this drive to go all the way down to the 2-minute warning as long as DC plays it right and keeps the clock moving. It can take most of this clock away.
Oh,
Kevin
the blocking
Say,
out there right now.
Say able to gain 5, second down. And, keeps the clock rolling with the tackle in bounds.
I like how the offensive lineman went out there to block, put a block on Osiris. Osiris pancakes the offensive lineman. Yeah, that was quite the sight. That was something. Usually you see that the other way around, but the defender pancaked the offensive lineman.
Second down and 5, 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go on the clock. Synergy will throw, gets it out to Say, spins to stay in bounds. Las Vegas trying to force him out of bounds.
Perfect for them.
They do get him out. So they get the third down and they get the clock stopped with 3:07.
Yeah, but the heavy dose of Say going right now, he's been getting positive yards on everything in, every play that he's gotten so far. So, if recent history, right, especially on this drive, would tell you that, DC it's in heavy favor of them picking this first down up.
Third down and 2. Kevin Say spins and he is held. Las Vegas gets the tackle. A yard short of the line to gain. 4th down and 1. So they'll get the ball back.
Great defensive in play on that end, being able to break down and hold the lineman up right there from getting, pushing him off the line, and the linebackers were able to come in and safeties were able to come in and kind of shut it down there. So they're getting the ball back just before the 2-minute warning. They have all 3 timeouts. If they utilize this right and go down and score quickly, they should be in a good position to potentially get the ball back and tie it up if they score quick on this drive.
Oh, almost a block, but Wilson gets that punt away. Doug Britton takes it back at about the 17, gets it up to the 21-yard line. First down and 10, 2:17 to go. They need to score quick, and hopefully, for their sake, save those timeouts. Duffman in the chat says, not a big fan of coconut. Neither am I. So don't care for snowballs. See, he's thinking of the Little Debbie snack cake snowballs.
Yeah, that's not them.
No, these are, it's like, it's like an, what do you call them, a snow cone.
It's not a snow cone.
But it's not a snow. I said it's like a snow cone.
It's not even like a snow cone.
All right, calm down, man. Price over the middle. He's trying to get bigger. It is like a snow cone. A snow cone is a ball of ice that is shaved.
Dude, but that's like hard as a rock. You can murder somebody with a snow cone.
I'd like to see you try to murder a man with a snow cone.
Throw a snowball, a southern snowball treat in somebody's face.
Right.
They'll be happy.
They won't.
Like, oh man, that's delicious. Can I have another?
I had a lime snowball. It was great. Had it stuffed with ice cream. Good stuff. Price swings this one out to the top.
That's
no gain on the play, but also not a lot of time off the clock. A 5-second play, in fact.
Yeah, and they had an incomplete pass on the first play, and then they dump it off. I mean, that's just not going to get you what you need. Obviously, it's 4-down territory, right? Look, if you're playing it here, you don't have to pick all of it up on this thing right here, right? You can get some, take your high percentage pass, reduce the amount of yards that you need to get on 4th down to make it a little bit easier for you to convert that.
3rd and 9. Play action. Price deep down the center.
He had him.
And
Whoa!
he's got his man. Oh, if only Kirby could have stayed on his feet, he'd still be going. But that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. First down and 10 in DC territory. Las Vegas is down, but they are not out yet.
If he would have stayed on his feet, that was a touchdown.
Easy.
That would have been exactly what they had ordered and needed without even using any timeouts.
Right, and then they would have been able to get the onside kick or try the onside kick. Even if they didn't get it, they'd still have all 3 timeouts, so it wouldn't really be a huge deal. Out route down to the bottom. Kirby needs to stop falling down. Mason, stay upright.
Should have just kept kicking his feet to just slide out of bounds.
just do backwards somersaults if he needs to.
Oh, no.
Throw on the run, trying to get out of bounds, at least stop the clock.
Yeah,
and he
he
does
got out of
with a
bounds.
minute 41.
That was good. Look, Scott Johnson did what he was kind of wanting to do. You got to tell him right as he got hit on the first one, he tried to get out of bounds, and right as he got hit by the second defender, he was able to get himself out of bounds.
8 catches for 168 yards and a touchdown for Kirby. Aided in large part by that pass a couple of passes ago, get him all the way down into DC territory. 3rd down and 5, 4 down territory the rest of the way.
Yeah, I like this formation they're in right here.
Price, 26 of 41. Here comes pass attempt number 42. Hit as he throws. And incomplete. Minute 36 to go. 4th down and 5. It pretty much all comes down to this.
Yeah, I think that was a very similar play where they got that pass over the middle to Mason Kirby. It looked like they may have went back to that same play again, but the DC defense was ready for it and was able to, at least stay on the receivers and Price had nowhere to go with the ball.
Price on 4th down. Play action. Pressure on its way. Sidearms it and gets the first down catch. Wow. Mason Kirby.
Amazing.
Mason Kirby laying in the turf when he caught that pass. Sidearm throw from Price. Deep dot by Price. This time throws on the run.
What is that?
Oh, it's incomplete. Oh.
This guy's making like plays on the run. Oh.
I thought he had that one
I
caught.
thought he had that one too. That was a crazy sequence of plays right there.
Sure
Sidearmed one, a diving guy, and then threw this one on the run. And God, his teammate wasn't able to haul it in.
Price with over 350 yards on the day, just over 60% completion. Going to need to put the team on his back the rest of this way if they are going to try to win. Kirby gets the catch, gets out of bounds with a minute 16. 3rd down and 4. Kirby just short now of 200 yards.
Oh yeah, they've been targeting Mason Kirby quite often, especially in this 4th quarter when they've been down. So, he seemed like and they might be on Doug Britton, right? Just kind of maybe doubling him, keeping him bottled up, and say, hey, if they're going to beat us, it's not going to be with their highest pass getter. They're going to have to do it with their other guys out on the field.
3rd down and 4. Play action. Price hit as he throws, and back to another 4th down we go. Jose Fuentes applying the pressure.
Fuentes was like right in his face after the play action. It gave, Fuentes wasn't fooled, right? He just kept his own contain on that outside and was able to fight through. And right as Eric Price was ready to throw the ball, he was right there to kind of why are they booing?
They're confused. They just found out that there's no more snowballs in the concessions. Price, play action, 4th down, pressure coming, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. The defense gets there again. Declan O'Rourke breaking up the play, and the offense for the Dragons back out on the field.
About time the offensive lineman picked him up. It was too late. He had too much momentum. The offensive lineman couldn't slide over. The right tackle didn't have nobody to block, but by the time he noticed, O'Rourke right there, it was too late. And this is how this is very likely going to end. Vegas does have their timeouts. They're likely going to call them. But with this time left and the way that they've played in the 4th quarter, I just don't think they have enough in the tank to be able to come back in this span of time.
Synergy hands this one off to Kevin Say. Defense will have to get the 3 and out quickly and get their timeouts called. One timeout burned with 1:05 to go.
Yeah, and they're just gonna run it and just force Vegas to call the timeouts, and that's the smart thing to do.
Stutter Steps tries to turn on the Jets, who will only gain 4. Timeout number 2 is called, so 1 timeout remaining. If they can get the stop, they'll get the ball back. But now a much taller hill to climb if they're going to get back into it. They still are down 2 scores, and now they're going to have to try to score both of them without the aid of any timeouts. So
this has got 3 wide receivers out there. I hope they're going to run.
Well, if DC can get the first down, no, they're going to throw. If DC gets the first down, it's game over, and they do it. Mike Churchill, he had a big drop earlier on in the ball game, but then he had a couple of huge receptions, one of which went for a big touchdown, and right there he gets the catch that seals the win.
Yeah, I guess when you come into the opponent's territory, hey, you're gonna take you're not gonna you're gonna just go for the throat, and they did it there. Hey, they're gonna utilize that last time out, and maybe they're thinking, hey, let's try and pick this up. Just so we don't have an issue to where they're going to come in and block a punt and then return it, and then here they are 7 points behind. They're going to onside kick it and everything else. So doing that got them, and here they are, right? DC keeps their win streak alive with 3 in a row, and it's going to improve to 5-5. While Vegas, their 6-game win streak is going to come to an end. I mean, but they're still in the driver's seat. I say they're in the driver's seat. I'm not sure on their schedule if they still got Arizona on their schedule, because that's who they're looking up at in their division right now.
So the DC Dragons will come away with the victory. Damon Simeon in the chat bringing up an excellent point. This win is going to really boost their strength of victory. Their strength of victory currently sits at 22nd best in the league. Their opponents' combined win record 12-23 over the teams that they have beat. Now you'll add 7 more to the win total and only 1 to the loss total. I guess 2 is Las Vegas takes the loss here in this one. 0's on the clock. That brings us to the final. DC with the victory, 34-20 over Las Vegas. Gerald, your final thoughts on this one?
Hey, usually people will say it's a tale of like 2 halves, man, but this one was very unique. It was a tale of the first quarter and the fourth quarter versus the second quarter and third quarter, right? So DC played the first quarter excellent. DC played the fourth quarter excellent and came out with the win, while Vegas, on the other hand, they played really good in the second and third quarters, but by that point, they couldn't get enough to get themselves back in it. They never led. They trailed, all game long, and they didn't get themselves in any kind of good situation at the beginning of the game or at the end. And when you're not able to start good or finish good, it just doesn't bode well for you to be winning any game. So, credit to DC and the prep work that they've done, all week to come in here and beat a team who's won 6 straight and was looking like they were, nearly unstoppable coming into this week. But they said, hey, we won 2 games in a row. We can come in here and win 3 on the road. And they've done that, and now they've got themselves in a really good position, where they can start, thinking, not really thinking playoffs, but got themselves in a situation where they can start making a playoff push if they keep stringing wins together.
Well, they sure can. DC improves to 5-5 on the season. Las Vegas will fall to 7-2. Next up for the DC Dragons, they're heading into their bye week, and then they will return Friday, April 7th at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time. They will be back home and host the San Diego Mavericks. For Las Vegas, they'll play next weekend, Saturday, April 1st, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. They will host the Denver Nightwings in Vice Wars. Coming up tomorrow on Monday night, Arizona at Baltimore. Cameron Irvine and Paul Sarp with us on the call. SFL action will return in Week 12 on Saturday, April 1st at 1 p.m. with London at Houston, along with Alamo City at Canton in our 1 o'clock block. And the 6:30 block, Portland at Louisiana, along with the Denver-Las Vegas game that I just mentioned, followed by our 9 p.m. block of Sioux Falls at Vancouver and Queen City at Fort Worth. Gerald, your thoughts on player of the game?
I think it's got to be Sebastian Synergy. He kind of strung together something good for him, and I think he threw the passes where it needed to be and got his team to win.
And he got it done. 384 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a triple-digit quarterback rating for Synergy. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. Final, DC wins it 34-20 over Las Vegas. For Gerald Smith, Justin Reside, Greg Soto, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who will always be with me on every broadcast in spirit, and his picture staring at me right here in the booth. I'm Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy, and have a great night, everybody.